Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Arsenal makes it clear that defender is now in their plans and not for sale. Arsenal has been turning down inquiries about Jakub Kiwior as several Serie A clubs, including Juventus, AC Milan, and Napoli, want to sign him. The defender has recently become an important player for the Gunners after struggling at the start of his career. Arsenal has several good defenders, and Kiwior had to work hard to gain favour in Mikel Arteta's eyes. He is now one of the starters, having moved above Alexander Zinchenko in the left-back role. The Poland international moved to Arsenal from Serie A side Spezia, and Juventus now wants to bring him back to Italy. However, Calciomercato reveals that Arsenal has no intention of selling him. The Gunners believe he is now a key player for them and have told his suitors that he is not on the market. It remains to be seen if the interested clubs will keep pushing, but Arsenal would need a very good offer before they consider letting him leave. Kiwior played a key role in our success last term as he was one of the best defenders on our team. He has demonstrated that he can compete at this level and we need to keep him. Fabrizio Romano says incredible Arsenal target still has £34 million release clause. According to German outlet Bild, Arsenal are among the clubs keeping tabs on the 23-year-old winger Jeremie Frimpong. GiveMeSport have reported that the €40 million release clause in Frimpong's contract expires on 14 June, the day Euro 2024 began. However, Romano has now told Cout Offside that this release clause still stands. He said the following: "We've seen Jeremie Frimpong linked with Arsenal in recent times, but also more recently with Liverpool. Still, I have no update on Frimpong now because he will not decide anything on his future during the Euros. This is the current plan." The release clause is there and valid, but Frimpong wants to focus on the Euros now, so the situation is currently quiet. Although Romano hasn't been able to give any updates regarding Frimpong's future, he says the player's release clause is still valid despite reports to the contrary. If that's definitely the case, then it will be music to the Gunners' ears, as Frimpong is a top talent who looks like he could become a superstar in the coming years. Back in March, Kyle Walker described Frimpong as incredible, while Leverkusen sporting director Simon Rolfs deemed him one of the best players in the Bundesliga. Frimpong did well in his cameo appearance off the bench against Poland. Indeed, Goal.com speculated whether he should have been on before the 80th minute. He will hope for more game time over the coming games as the Netherlands look to win their first major trophy since 1988. Top Arsenal target showcases his skills with perfect performance at the Euros. If Mikel Arteta watched Turkey's 3-1 victory over Georgia, he was clearly impressed. He must have called Arsenal sporting director Edu and inquired as the status of the Ferdi Kadioglu transfer. Kadioglu Turkey's and Fenerbahce's left back shone against Georgia. Kadioglu's game by numbers versus Georgia are the following: 94% pass accuracy, 66 out of 70 passes completed, 4 chances created, 3 interceptions, 2 out of 3 tackles won, 1 big chance created. In that encounter, he demonstrated not just his ability to play as an inverted left back, but also his ability to overlap and play cutbacks. He also demonstrated that he is a superior version of Zinchenko, capable of both attacking and defending. Turkish journalist Mehmet Demirkol waxed lyrical about Kadioglu's performance against Georgia. He said, "Ferdi Kadioglu has set the standard in such a way. I said very clearly, there is no team in the world that will not take him. He has set the standards in such a place. If he plays badly from now on, we will talk about him." To give credit to Fenerbahce as well, the number 10 from the club he came to as a skinny young man, leave the club as a fullback who is among the best in the world in his back-footed skills. Arsenal have been linked with him. In fact, it was said that they had a £17 million deal for his services rejected, so I hope they come back for him. The left back position was rather problematic last season, and as much as we want to improve next season, investing a lot of money to bring in a top talent like Kadioglu to sort it out once and for all is sensible. It's a no-brainer that Kadioglu represents a significant transfer opportunity. The Turkish standout who began as a playmaker but can also play as a left back, right back, central midfielder, right winger and left winger might be a valuable asset at the Emirates. Kadioglu is the ideal utility player for any team due to his two-footedness and outstanding technical ability. Arsenal can now sign Target for £26 million less than release clause as a club need cash and he wants to join. A story from Ebola in Portugal now states that Sporting are willing to sell Ousmane Diomande for as little as €50 million this summer, despite the €80 million release clause written into his contract. The Portuguese news outlet explains that Sporting still rate the Ivory Coast international highly, but he is the asset they are most content to lose this summer as a sale is needed. It comes after another Portuguese news outlet and record claimed that Diomande is wanted by Arsenal as well as Chelsea, and the Ivorian defender would prefer to join the Gunners. Ebola add that Sporting have already signed Zeno Dibast from Anderlecht as a replacement for the 20-year-old, so a move does appear to be in the pipeline this summer. Diomande made 38 appearances in all competitions for Sporting last season, scoring 3 goals while also providing 1 assist, while he also helped the Ivory Coast win the Africa Cup of Nations. A story from Cout Offside recently claimed that Arsenal are plotting a move to sign Crystal Palace number 6 Mark Guehi this summer. The 23-year-old shone for England in Sunday's 1-0 win against Serbia, but today his performance was normal as England drew 1-1 versus Denmark. However, the Telegraph believe Crystal Palace will demand £65 million for Iguehi, which is obviously a lot more than Sporting want for Diomande, so perhaps Arsenal will cool their interest in the England international after Ebola's story. Arsenal make decision on Victor Gores as Gunners look for a new striker. According to Football Insider, Arsenal are not interested in activating the release clause of Sporting striker Victor Gores. In 33 La Liga matches last season, the Sweden international scored 29 goals and notched 10 assists. His brilliant season for the Portuguese team has attracted interest in his services, with Mikel Arteta's Arsenal one of the admirers of the striker. Arsenal are looking for a new frontman to lead their attack next season as they aim to beat Pep Guardiola's Manchester City to the Premier League title. After failing twice in their pursuit to win the Premier League, Arteta has decided to sign a new striker as both Gabriel Jesus and Edin Ketaya have failed to provide the Gunners the support they need in their attack. Several names have been linked with a move to the Emirates Stadium, and Gyökeres is one of them. Brentford striker Ivan Toney, Napoli attacker Victor Osimhen, and Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko have all been connected with a move to Arsenal. Gyökeres has a £86 million release clause in his contract, and Arsenal are not willing to meet that, no matter how desperate they are to sign a new striker. The report mentions that Arsenal hold a genuine interest in the striker, but his astronomical release clause is too much for them to meet. After making a move from Coventry City last summer, Gyökeres has established himself as one of the best attackers in Europe. Under the management of Ruben Amorim, the Sweden striker has taken his game to a whole new level. It remains to be seen what the Gunners decide in their chase to sign a new attacker, but Gyökeres moving to the Emirates Stadium is now highly unlikely. The report mentions that the North London club would be happy to enter the new season with Kai Havertz leading their line if they cannot find the right attacker this summer. The former Chelsea attacker scored 13 Premier League goals in his debut season at Arsenal and impressed while playing up front for Arteta's team. £25 million Real Madrid star linked with Arsenal could now follow the same route as Martin Odegaard. Arsenal are said to be interested in signing Arda Güler right now, but it seems he could be set for an alternative path. Right now, it would seem as if Real Madrid would be reluctant to sell Güler permanently, who they signed for £25 million last summer. But according to Sport in Spain, Madrid would consider allowing Güler to leave on loan, and in that regard, Real Sociedad are thought to be the front runners to take Güler on a temporary basis, a club trusted by Madrid. Of course, it's interesting to remember that Odegaard went on loan to Sociedad from Madrid shortly before he joined Arsenal. The Norwegian enjoyed excellent progress at Sociedad, as Güller will hope to repeat should he make the move, and without getting too far ahead of themselves, Arsenal fans may then wonder if they could steal in for a permanent move for Güller at a similar point to Odegaard. It's certainly not unthinkable. Odegaard was also once the gem of European football, only for Madrid to decide that they didn't have a role for the midfielder, much to Arsenal's gain. Of course, if Arsenal are serious about their interest in Güller, they may still attempt to table a permanent offer this summer, which would look well advised judging by his Euros 2024 exploits. Arsenal step up efforts to sign £100 million Newcastle man. Arsenal are reportedly have an interest in sealing the transfer of Newcastle United midfielder Bruno Guimaraes and seem prepared to step up their efforts to discuss a possible cash plus player deal for the Brazil international. Guimaraes has shown during his time at James Park and makes sense as the kind of player Mikel Arteta could do with adding to his midfield three alongside Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard, with Kai Havertz now clearly seeming to be preferred in a striker role despite some initial uncertainty about his best position when he first joined. Newcastle surely won't want to lose an important player like Guimaraes this summer, and he is protected by a £100 million release clause, which the Gunners could try to get down by including players in the deal. That's surely the only way for Arsenal to make this work after spending such big money last year, and reports now claim they could be open to offering one of Zinchenko, Thomas Partey, or Edin Ketia in talks with Newcastle. It remains to be seen if Newcastle will accept anything like that or insist on the cash being paid up front, but one imagines there are players on the books at the Emirates Stadium that could help them replace Guimaraes and still finish the summer with a strong squad. Arsenal have also been linked with Isaac at points, but those rumours have quietened down recently as it seems very clear that the Magpies have no intention of letting him go. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.